Okay, rowers and coaches. Here's something I want you to consider. When the boat doesn't set up, it either is not going to sit up during the drive or on the recovery. I'm going to talk about the setup on the recovery, okay? And I'm not even going to talk about technique and how to. All I'm going to say is where you have points in the boat where you can distribute your body weight, okay? So yes, we sit on a seat. We have 2 feet on the footboard, okay? And then depending whether you are a sweep rower or a sculler, so that means you have 5 points where you can distribute your body weight. On the recovery, at the finish, the center of gravity of your upper body is behind the hip joint, which puts very, very little pressure, gravity, on your footboard. And remember, the footboard has 2 feet, one on starboard, one on port. So it's really important that as a team or in a single scull, you take the time to shift the center of gravity of the upper body from behind the hip to in between the hip and the footboard. When that happens, you have access to balancing the boat on starboard and on port with the downward pressure of your feet. When that happens, not only are you distributing your body weight from the seat onto the footboard through both feet, but you also are distributing your body weight onto a sweep oarlock or both oarlocks if you're a sculler. And this is how you wait before you start rolling into the catch. You want to find the keel, the boat completely on keel, before rolling into the catch. Critical. Now, novices, you know how much there's a rush into the stern. Learning to the body over prep is critical. And we talk about this a lot. Now, here comes the other one. Depending on the height of the handle on the recovery, you can have more or less weight on the outside of the oarlock versus the inside of the oarlock. Okay? The lower the hand, the closer the blade comes to the center of the boat. If the oar handle is level to the water, the ground, the weight of the blade is the farthest away from the oarlock. That means the boat can list that way with its most gravity on the blade. But if you change the handle height, either up or down, you're changing the relative center of gravity of the oar on the oarlock. And that too has a massive effect on how to set up the boat. Have you thought about this before as a rower or as a coach? If you haven't, I hope that this created something to ponder and to think about. All right?